True confidence isn't about never feeling fear, it's about recognizing that fear is a natural part of growth and transformation. It's about feeling the fear, acknowledging its presence and moving forward anyway, even when every instinct tells you to stop. Many believe the martial artists are born fearless, but the truth is most begin their journey because they feel uncertain, even insecure. They step onto the mat not because they have confidence, but because they hope to find it. It's a journey from uncertainty to self-belief, beginning with facing what scares you most. Every punch, every stumble, every moment of doubt is a step toward discovering your own strength. I looked confident on the outside, but inside, I feared direct confrontation. My heart would race, my hands would tremble, and I questioned if I truly belonged there. The paradox is that to gain confidence, you must first make yourself vulnerable. You have to admit your fears, expose your weaknesses, and be willing to fail in front of others. The karate dojo strips away your ego, leaving just you and the challenge ahead. There are no shortcuts, no masks to hide behind, just honest effort and the willingness to try again. I took on a 6-month karate program, not for trophies or recognition, but to face the internal fear that had always held me back. I wanted to see what would happen if I stopped running from discomfort. It was an expedition into the unknown territory of my own mind, a test of my willingness to confront the parts of myself I usually avoided. I knew there would be pain, setbacks, and moments when quitting seemed easier than continuing. But I also knew that growth only happens when you push through those moments. On the other side of that struggle was a version of myself I wanted to meet, someone braver, more resilient, and truly confident. The journey had begun, and I was ready to see where it would lead. Walking into the dojo for the very first time, I felt a strange mix of excitement and nervousness swirling inside me. The polished wooden floor gleamed under the lights, and the faint scent of tatami mats filled the air, instantly making me aware that I was stepping into a place with its own traditions and unspoken rules. It truly felt like entering a different world, a world where every movement had meaning, and every sound seemed to echo with history and discipline. The air was thick with the smell of effort and determination. Commands rang out, sharp and clear, punctuated by the powerful kies of students who seemed to know exactly what they were doing. The energy in the room was almost electric, and I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. I felt clumsy and out of place, a complete novice, surrounded by focused practitioners who moved with confidence and purpose. Their crisp uniforms and precise movements made me painfully aware of my own uncertainty. My first class was humbling in every sense. The warm-up alone was tougher than any mountain trek I'd ever attempted, leaving me breathless and questioning my own fitness. Even the basics, stances, punches, and blocks, felt completely foreign to my body. My muscles trembled as I tried to mimic the instructor, realizing just how much I had to learn. Doubt crept in, whispering that maybe I didn't belong here. Was this really my world, or was I just an outsider pretending to fit in? But then, Sensei Kenji approached and gently corrected my stance. He reminded me that true power comes from technique, not brute force, and that every master was once a beginner. That first day ended with exhaustion, my body aching in places I didn't know existed, but alongside the fatigue, I felt a spark of exhilaration, a sense of accomplishment for simply making it through. I had stumbled, made mistakes, and felt completely out of my depth, but I hadn't quit. I had faced my fears and kept going. As I looked at myself in the mirror, sweat dripping down my face, I realized I had survived the first day. I saw someone who had taken a punch from his own ego and was still standing, a little bruised but unbroken. The journey had officially begun. I tied my belt with a new sense of purpose, ready to return and face whatever challenges lay ahead. The first step was taken, and I knew that tomorrow I would have to dig deep and find the strength to take the second. Each day would bring new lessons and new obstacles, but I was determined to keep moving forward. I was ready to embrace the challenge, to learn, to fail, and to grow stronger with every attempt. The dojo was my new wilderness, a place of unknowns, but also of endless possibility. I was determined to conquer it, one step at a time. My first sparring session was a test of nerves. My opponent, Sarah, moved with focus while I froze. Her light jab was a loud reminder of my vulnerability. I flinched, reacting on instinct, wanting to run. Sarah's control highlighted my openings, teaching me humility. After the round, she encouraged me to breathe. Everyone had felt this panic. It was part of the process. Getting hit wasn't failure. It was the first lesson in sparring. It taught me my biggest opponent was the panic inside me. I realized sparring was about learning, not winning. The dojo was a place to grow, not just fight. I was determined to overcome my fear. The journey was just beginning. I was ready to face it head-on. The shock of sparring fueled my determination. I focused on fitness, knowing a strong body supports a strong mind. I practiced relentlessly, breaking down each movement. The mantra was clear. Practice until you can't get it wrong. Slowly, my technique improved and my confidence grew. Physical transformation chipped away at self-doubt. I was building resilience, not just strength. During grueling sessions, I pushed past perceived limits. The dojo taught me I was stronger than I thought. Each improvement was a victory over doubt. I was laying a solid foundation, brick by brick. The journey was about more than just martial arts. It was about discovering my inner strength. I was ready to face any challenge. With a stronger body, I re-entered the sparring ring. Sparring became a mental game, a high-speed chess match. I learned to read opponents, set traps, and control distance. Sensei Kenji advised watching the opponent's core and breathing. This slowed the fight, allowing me to anticipate attacks. Sparring was a conversation, each movement a statement. I embraced getting hit as feedback, not failure. This acceptance liberated me, allowing creativity and confidence. I was learning to stay calm under pressure. The fear of getting hit diminished. I could take a shot and reset my strategy. Sparring was no longer just a fight. It was a learning experience. I was growing with each round. The journey was transforming me. 4 months in, I hit a plateau. Frustration building. Sensei Kenji's story of the bamboo tree taught me to adapt. I was fighting with anger, making my mind rigid. I needed to bend, not break, and learn from mistakes. This conversation was a turning point, shifting my mindset. I focused on learning, not winning. In sparring, I embraced flexibility and flow. Mistakes became lessons, not failures. I was learning to redirect energy, not resist it. The shift wasn't overnight, but it had begun. I was becoming more adaptable and resilient. The journey was about growth, not perfection. I was ready to embrace the process. I was learning to bend, not break. With the bamboo mindset, sparring became a dance. I found my rhythm, focusing on my strengths. Confidence grew from the process, not just winning. I enjoyed sparring, seeing it as a puzzle to solve. Fear was replaced by curiosity. I met aggression with movement, not resistance. A perfect counterpunch was a moment of pure flow. Years of practice came together in that split second. I felt accomplished, not for scoring, but for responding instinctively. I was expressing myself on the mat. The journey was about more than martial arts. It was about finding my true self. I was ready to face any challenge. I had found my rhythm. The 6-month challenge ended with a dojo tournament. It was a personal test, not about trophies. I faced my opponent with readiness, not fear. The match was intense, but I stayed calm and focused. I remembered the bamboo, adapting and redirecting energy. The fight was a conversation, and I was listening. I controlled the distance, blocking attacks and finding openings. The final score didn't matter. I was in control of myself. I felt like a champion, having faced my fears. The real victory was over doubt and uncertainty. I had proven I could face confrontation and grow from it. The journey was about more than martial arts. It was about discovering my inner strength. I was ready to face any challenge. The 6-month challenge is now part of my past. but its lessons remain. Every bruise, every early morning, every moment of doubt has shaped me in ways I never expected. The journey was never just about learning karate moves or earning a new belt. It was about discovering what I'm truly capable of when I push beyond my comfort zone. Confidence built on the dojo floor seeps into every area of life. It's not just about how I carry myself in the dojo, but how I walk into a room, how I handle setbacks, and how I approach new opportunities. The discipline and self-belief I gained have become a quiet force behind everything I do. It's a quiet, steady strength, not about aggression. It's about being centered, calm, and knowing that I have the resilience to weather any storm. This inner peace is what truly sets martial artists apart. It's the knowledge that I can handle pressure and face the unknown. When I'm tested, I remember the countless hours of training, the sweat and the perseverance. That memory gives me courage, even when the outcome is uncertain. The karate challenge was my mountain, and reaching the end felt like standing on a summit. The view from the top isn't just about achievement, it's about perspective. I can see how far I've come, and I know I can climb even higher. Confidence is built with small, consistent acts of courage. Every time I showed up, even when I was tired or afraid, I laid another brick in the foundation of my self-belief. Whether it's a dojo, a new job, or a difficult conversation, the principle is the same. Growth happens when we step into the unknown and challenge ourselves to rise above our fears. Step into the arena and face your fear. The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most important. Each time you do, you become a little braver, a little stronger. The world is full of challenges that can build you. Every obstacle is an opportunity to grow, to test your limits, and to discover new strengths within yourself. The path to confidence is a path of action. It's not about waiting for the right moment. It's about taking the leap again and again until courage becomes second nature. Find your dojo, take the first step, and embrace the struggle. The journey will test you, but it will also transform you in ways you never imagined. On the other side is a stronger, more resilient you. The person who started the journey is not the same as the one who finishes it. Your adventure is out there. Join the journey. Never give up. The summit within is waiting for you. Take the first step and keep climbing.